friends, John LaRuffa here again with another Unbiased unboxing, and today we're going to take a look at this massive On Mars Kickstarter edition by Vital Lacerda, and it has the premium components or the upgrade pre-packed in there, so we're going to see what that's all about. As usual, these games are quite hefty, just like the actual rules and gameplay are for his games. Very big, very hefty. So let's take a look and see what actually comes in this box. So again, this is a hefty guy, but already I like the box, the way it's put together. I like the back art here on the back. It looks really nice, kind of gives you a preview of what you're getting, showcases the different types of components in there, so it gives you a kind of a sneak preview. Let's go ahead and slice this bad boy open. This was, and I'll give credit to Eagle Gryphon Games, packed quite nicely when it came to shipping. It was put in a box. The box had some really good inserts that kind of kept it free from being bashed up, so that's a credit to the publisher for that and how they shipped it. That was really good. So the thing's bulging over here. Let's unbulge it. And as you can see, there's nothing in the inside. And we get a little promo sheet here, kind of talking about other Eagle Gryphon games. Then the rule book itself. Okay, so this thing is the rule book and the reference book. So let's take a look at what's in the actual rule book here. Looks like they've gone for either computer-generated pictures or actual pictures of the components. So that's nice. Looks like we have kind of a standard feel, similar to some of the other rule books that we've had from Lacerda, but this one looks like it's chock full of examples, which is good. We're going to need those. These are usually pretty beefy games. And hopefully at the back here, we'll see, the solo game. Perfect. There's the solo game rules right there as far as how that's going, and then some goals and other things. And then some variants on the back. All right. Then we have this reference book. Now, the reference book looks like it's got just a kind of a whole, tile references and icon references and different things. So that's helpful that it's in its own book. I'm sure we're going to need that as we get to playing here. And there on the back, just some references to the different actions, I guess. The executive actions, county level actions, lab benefits, so on and so forth. Okay. And then we've got the information on the upgrade pack, which is nice. So it tells you kind of what you get. Also cool there. Okay, it looks like things have shifted a little bit in transit, but that's kind of to be expected. We've got 4 of these player aids, which I like because these games really need a player aid in order to not have to be stuck thumbing through the rules over and over again. So that's good to see. Got a couple of bags here. And then we start with this little punch out here, which, again, I don't really know the function of that. We'll have to get into it. This looks like it's part of the actual upgrade pack here, which looks like a card display. Gives the feeling, or the idea that it could be 3D, but it's not. It's a 2D. But it kind of looks like it in the camera there, doesn't it? So, very good. All right. Then we have the game board itself. Let's go ahead and take a look at how this guy looks. Sure, it'll be sprawling. Looks like a trifold style game board here. Okay, so that looks beautiful. Very happy to see the way that looks right there. So it looks like we've got our different player areas here, the orbit side of things, the different maybe offers or places we're going to store our different things that track here for the progress, and then of course where we're going to build. So pretty high quality there. Looks nice and crisp. Martian-like in the back. Also kind of had a, I'll show you that here too. A nice little artwork display in the back. I know it's upside down. Signed by the game's artist. So that's kind of cool. Won't be seeing that much, but it's still nice. Nice touch. Okay, so that's the board. Now we have another, looks like card offer board here with this. This is maybe for the different upgrades. Not sure yet. We'll find out, but there's that. We've got some punch boards here, and it looks like we have 1, 2, 3 punch boards. Very, very nice quality, solid thickness there. So we're going to have no issues with, components falling apart, that's for sure. So this is board number 1. Board number 2 is right here. And board number 3 right here. So nice thick components. Going to be a joy to see those on the table. Okay, now we have our player boards. So these do have, in fact, some indentation to them. And let's hope that these things don't warp. I tell you what, one of the things that's so exhausting about high-quality components is they have a tendency to warp, which is just difficult in gameplay. So hopefully these things won't, basically saddle up on us and make it difficult to play. The indentations don't seem too deep, so maybe we'll get a break from that on this. All right, so there's our different boards. All of them on the back are blank. No problem there. Okay, what is this? Some Martian-looking inserts right here. So that's kind of interesting. Nice little touch there. Kind of the red from the Martian feel. I like that, but not actually red when you get in there. So it looks like we've got a little solo deck of, for Escape Plan. All right, well, good. It happens that I own Escape Plan, so we'll be able to replace those cards. Didn't realize we were going to be getting those. All right, so small deck of cards here. 3 different size decks. So we've got some square cards right here. This looks kind of like the standard Magic the Gathering size card, and then over here. So we'll open those up in a second. Nice high quality silk screen wooden components. Very nice, very thick. That's great. Probably one in each of the 4 player colors. These player colors are very good. I'm not colorblind, but I'm guessing the contrast here will be such that those who are colorblind won't have too much of an issue. I do like the colors they chose here. It's kind of nice to get that little bit of that exotic feel. Looks like we've got some, maybe some extras. Good idea. I love it when companies put in extras just in case, because sometimes things happen in manufacturing. So don't want to be short of those. So here's some more meeples there of the different Martians. Not Martians. These would be, obviously space explorers who went to Mars. And so those look nice. I like those components there. Those are some chunky cylinders. Those are the biggest chunk cylinders I've ever seen. Okay. And then some extra. These look like maybe your scientists or other things. We've got some, looks like different kinds of outposts or maybe factories or buildings or something like that. So got one of each in the 4 colors there. And then some crystals. The only thing that really is sort of sci-fi about it is this crystals. I like the nice blue. That's good. That's a good thing. Changing it up a little bit. All right, and then we've got some high-quality trays, which is fantastic. So we've got some trays here to most likely store, some of those tiles that we saw earlier that we haven't punched out. Another little deck of cards, which we'll crack open. And then a few of these. So these are probably for the 4 different player components here. So overall, I like the fact that there's an insert. I'm always a big fan of inserts if they are actually practical. This certainly seems to be practical, so that's good. Okay, so that's unboxed. Now let me just take a quick look at some of these cards. We'll get an idea of the finish here, and then we'll get you moving. All right, here we go. Does not want to behave as usual. We'll have to improvise. Okay. So the suspense is killing us, I'm sure. All right, here we go. So as far as the feel here, they do have a slight texture. Not a big one, but a slight one. They are on the thin side. Okay, so these cards are pretty thin. I'm going to sleeve them for sure. They're not super thick. They're a little bit thin, but the artwork looks great. Happy to see that. Hopefully the iconography will be easy to kind of get an understanding of and remember once we get playing. Okay, so that's these. Overall, again, they've got a good texture. They're smooth. They feel like they're good quality. They're just a little thin. I would be, you know, I'd be up for sleeving them. And then let's take a look at these guys right here. Same thickness, same texture, a little bit on the thin side. Pretty sure that's going to be a common theme on all these. Come on. No problem with the package durability, I can assure you that. My goodness. All right. Yep, same quality. So, you know, again, a nice little texture, but on the thin side. I'm not sure I really have sleeves for these, so hopefully these aren't too difficult from a standpoint of not being handled a lot. We'll find out, and you can get an idea about the rest of them. So just to take a quick look at some of these wooden components here, because they do look high quality. Open them up and kind of give you some close-ups here. So really chunky. That's a nice chunky piece. That's good. I like that. These are going to be fun to play with. You know, again, it's great to have nice components, great to have high-quality components, and silkscreen things make it just a little bit more enjoyable. And then finally, these crystals. These are going to be your standard acrylic, I'm sure. But I do like the fact that they've got that nice light blue look. So that is the story, and I'm sticking to it. Hope you enjoyed this unbiased unboxing. Please like and subscribe to this video if you have. My name is John LaRuffa, and I will see you again soon. Take care, everyone.